Hello, welcome to IBW Codes. My name is Avinash. This is a video series on SQL. I have explained how to insert records in a table in this particular video. You will learn what is insert into statement, how to insert records using values clause or from another table. Insert into statement basically helps to insert records in a table. As per syntax, we need to mention insert into table name followed by column names in which we want to insert the data. After, we need to mention which values will be inserted. That can be mentioned by using values clause or by using select query. Okay, let's see how to do this. We will create table employee and see how we can insert records into the table. Let us create a database first. Let me check if the database is already created. Show databases. Okay, we do not have HR database. Okay, let me create it. Now if I execute show databases, we should see, yeah, we have the HR database created. Now we will create a table employee. Let me use HR first. Okay, now in this table employee we will have 4 fields: ID, EMP name, city and DPT ID. Okay, now the table is created. If I execute show tables, yes, the table employee is created. Now, okay, let us see how we can insert a record first. Now, in order to insert record in a table, we need to specify 2 things: the columns in which you are going to insert the records, and then values in the values clause. Now this order should match, meaning the value in the values clause, the first value will go into the first column, second value will go into the second column. So 1 will go into ID, RAM will go into EMP name, city will go into city, and 100 will be the DPT ID for the employee ID 1. Now yeah, it shows that one row is inserted. So let me execute select star from employee. Yes, the record is inserted. Now in this query we just inserted one record. What if you want to insert multiple records? In that case, what you can do is you can create separate insert queries, or you can have multiple record details mentioned in the values clause itself, like this. So here we again have 4 columns: ID, EMP name, city, DPT ID, and we are going to insert 3 different records into this table employee with the employee ID as 2, 3 and 4. This is basically a tuple representing details for a record. Then this is a second tuple which is representing the record for the employee ID 3. And we can mention multiple records by mentioning comma, like this. If I execute, it shows that 3 rows are affected. So if I execute select star from, we can see that 4 rows are available in the table employee. Now as we are inserting records, or as we are mentioning details for all the columns, it is not mandatory to mention the column names. So we can skip the column names from the insert query, like this. So after employee we used to mention the column names like it is mentioned in the earlier query, but as we are as we are inserting details for all the columns, it is not mandatory. But again, you should be very careful, because it by default goes into this 5 will by default go into the first field, then this Kate will go into the second field, Mumbai will go into the third field. So you should be very careful, because if the data type is same for say first two columns and you have given values in reverse order, so what will happen is the wrong value will get inserted into the wrong column. So you should be very careful if you're using this way. Yes, one row is inserted. Now we have 5 records in the table. Now till now we were inserting details for all the fields. What if you do not have data for some of the fields and you want to insert data into specific fields? So in that case, what we have to do is we need to specify the specific columns like this. So earlier also we used similar thing wherein we had mentioned all the columns, but again in this particular query we were using all the columns while inserting the data. Now in this query we are skipping the data for the column DPT ID. So okay, let us see. Let me execute it. Now 2 rows are inserted, and if I execute select star from employee, we can see that we are having 7 records, but this time we did not mention the values for DPT ID for ID as 6 and 7. That is why we are not having the value, and it is basically showing it with a null. So null basically represents the value is not available. We can also insert records from another table into one table. So what we will do is we will create 2 tables, employee 1 and employee 2, and we will see how we can insert records from these tables into the table employee. So these queries will create table employee 1 and insert 2 records with ID 10 and 11. We'll create one more table, employee 2, which will have 3 fields, 3 columns, 3 rows. Now if I select star from employee 1, we have 2 rows for employee ID 10 and 11. If I check in employee 2, we have 3 records, and in table employee we are having 7 records. Now we will see how we can insert records from table employee 1 into the table employee. As table employee 1 and table employee, both these tables are having same structure. So what we will do in this particular query is we are going to insert all the records from table employee 1 into the table employee, and as the sequence of column is same in both the tables, we can straight away go ahead and use select star from employee 1 and insert those records into employee. Now we will see how we can insert specific records into the data for the specific fields. So now in this particular case, what we are going to do is we will be inserting details for only ID, EMP name and DPT ID from table employee 2 into table employee, but again we are going to filter the records only for DPT ID 200. We are having 2 records for DPT ID 10 DAPT ID 200 in table employee 2, those will be inserted into table employee. Select star from employee. We can see that as per the last query, these two records are inserted with ID 20 and 200. 20 and 22. Only these two records are inserted because we had used where clause with DAPT ID is equal to 200. That's it for this video. If you have any queries related to this video, please let me know in the comment section. You will find all the queries used in this video in the GitHub repository. The link is mentioned in the description. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more videos and updates. I will see you in next video. Thank you and happy learning.